That Randall S., the Unhinged Attorney, Newman, Esquire, made a stunning announcement on Tuesday as he claimed in a new video that YouTube had given him the actual information on the owner of Frauditor Troll's channel, but he would not be using it to dox the anti-auditing sensation. Frauditor Troll burst open the anti-auditing community in 2022 as a protege of Dr. Dave. After splitting with Dr. Dave, he went on to establish himself as the leading voice of the anti-auditing community, openly willing to go after big-name auditors and showing no fear when facing the repercussions of his exposés. With a fiercely guarded secret identity, rumors floated for years that he was a Canadian national, though his real name and identity were still closely guarded. So much so that fans, even after his recent face reveal and confirmation that he was a Canadian national, have been fervently protective of his name and identity in fear that First Amendment auditors would cause harm to him or his family if his true information came out. The belief that Troll's identity must be protected at all costs was so fervent that when Newman filed his initial lawsuit against Frauditor Troll, he was accused of doxing Troll by listing the name and address provided in Troll's DMCA counterclaims in the lawsuit against Troll, something that was part of the public record as soon as the lawsuit was filed. In the months since filing the lawsuit, and despite claims that both the name and the address provided were fake, supporters of Frauditor Troll and other members of the anti-auditing community have clung to the belief that Newman is simply out to dox them on behalf of his clients, rather than to fight to defend their copyrighted materials. Attorney Patrick Darcy's failed attempt to file an amicus curiae brief in Christopher Cordova's lawsuit against Frauditor Troll addressed the issue and beliefs that Newman would use information from his lawsuits to dox individuals. Quote, "In what is roughly akin to giving an arsonist a fresh supply of matches, Newman created a video that instructs the auditors how to unmask the anti-auditors. The video is entitled, 'Nice Anonymous Channel, Be a Shame If Someone Filed a 512H Subpoena.' Newman instructs his target audience of auditors how to unmask anonymous YouTube users who steal content. No lawsuit required, just a $52 filing fee. No more hiding. His warning about not using the subpoena to dox persons is meaningless. Darcy's declaration provides some examples of auditors trying to unmask the anti-auditors, and some auditors encourage their viewers to harass and stalk people. This video should be taken down. Craig Hendry, an auditor doing time for a felony stalking charge, was convicted for having subscribers harass city employees. Cordova, while on probation, is doxing the police by providing their names, badge numbers, email addresses, and even cell phone numbers, all of which qualifies as personally identifiable information. Newman's video is reckless and serves to intensify the infighting, including motions to quash and more litigation, all of which serves his interests. His warnings not to dox people are born of pure sophistry." Unquote. Newman addressed these beliefs in both his Tuesday morning video and in comments he's made since his initial filing in the Frauditor Troll case. "This is a big moment for accountability," Newman said in a comment to ReallyCoolNews. "The court granted us early discovery, Google complied without a fight, and now we know exactly who is behind the Frauditor Troll channel. For too long, these reaction creators have hidden behind fake names while profiting off other people's work and harassing the very creators they exploit. That ends here. I'm working on an amended complaint that adds new claims based on what we've uncovered. This isn't about revenge, it's about enforcing the law and setting a precedent that fair use isn't a free pass to steal someone's content wholesale. The next filing will make that very clear. Newman added a new lawsuit to his growing collection of copyright-related suits late Sunday night, this time featuring Christopher Denver Metro Audits Cordova's Executive Lens LLC, facing off against the YouTuber known as Frauditor Roundup and his or her attorney, Robert Allen Reed. If the names sound familiar, they should be, as Newman brought a similar lawsuit on behalf of Zachary Liberty Troll Cooker against the same pair last week. The lawsuits revolve around claims of misrepresentation and declaration of copyright infringement. Both lawsuits essentially state that Reed used boilerplate DMCA counter notices on behalf of his client and did not examine the videos at hand when claiming that all the material presented was fair use under penalty of perjury. The lawsuits claim that Reed, working on behalf of Frauditor Roundup, knowingly certified a fabricated legal standard in order to misrepresent the contents of the videos. The misrepresentation, according to the lawsuits, was part of a coordinated scheme to preserve monetized infringing content. Neither Reed nor Frauditor Roundup have made a public comment to address either lawsuit.